Hello friends, welcome back to another video. My name's Rachel and I blog over at sunrootswander.com. In today's video, I'm going to do a get to know me tag. I told myself that I would do this once I reached 50 subscribers, and I believe I hit that about a month ago. Right now I'm at 72, so it's a little bit overdue, but better late than never. So this is just to give you an idea of who I am, where this channel is going, just kind of fun so we can get to know each other. So I have my questions from the tag on my phone, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read them. The first question is, what is your full name? So my name is Rachel. Elizabeth is my middle name if you're interested. So yeah, that's my full name. Second question is, how old are you? I am 31 years old and I will be 32 in October of this year. So the next question is, where are you from? I am from a small rural town in central Pennsylvania called Lewistown. That's where my family still is at. I moved later after college, but we'll get into that. So the next question is, where do you live? So I currently live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I moved here after college. So in total, including college, I've been here for over 10 years. What's your favorite thing about where you live? This is kind of a hard question to answer because I don't really like living in Pittsburgh anymore. Originally, I really liked it because I was from a small town where everybody knew everybody else's business, and I wanted to move on to greater and bigger things, and I definitely did that. But now that I'm older, I would really like to move back to the country and into small town life because I want to get away from the city noise and the people, and I really want to get back into living near nature and being able to go outside and not have neighbors stare at me. But I will say the biggest pro of living in Pittsburgh is that I've never had to get a driver's license. I used to commute into work and now I work from home. I can walk anywhere, I can get on a bus, I can take an Uber. I will say that since the pandemic, it's a lot harder to do that. So if I did move away and into the country, I would have to get a license, but that's definitely the biggest pro of where I live. And other than that, like, I have some friends here and my boyfriend lives here. He was born and bred in Pittsburgh and he's never left. So that's actually probably the only reason that I'm staying, is because he lives here and he likes it here. But yeah, that is the favorite things about where I live right now. Okay, the next question is pets, and I have 3 cats. The oldest cat, her name is Yingling. I got her when I lived at the apartment I rented after college. Yingling is named after my dad's favorite beer. If you're from Pennsylvania, you will probably know the name Yingling. It is a brewery in Pennsylvania. So yeah, that's what she's named after. And the second cat that I have, he is Toulouse, and he was a birthday present for me from Kevin, my boyfriend. And he is named after Toulouse from the Aristocats, which is a Disney movie. So he's the second cat. And the third cat, her name is Lady, and she is named after Lady and the Tramp. Yes, there is a Disney theme with the pet names there. Lady Kitty found us outside in the back of our apartment building, and she was just strolling around the neighborhood and came up to us, and she kept coming back, and we kept feeding her, and then eventually took her inside and took her off the streets. So that is the third cat that I have. Where did you go to college? So I originally went to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh for video production, and I really did not like it there. I didn't even want to stay for the first full year. I didn't find it challenging, and I wasn't really getting what I wanted out of their video production program. I ended up going home and taking some summer courses online to think about things. When I ended up coming back for my sophomore year, I knew I still didn't like it and this wasn't what I wanted. So I took a tour of a nearby school that was literally right down the street from the Art Institute. It was called Point Park University, and I looked at their television broadcasting program, which was more journalism based. So I ended up transferring there, and I finished there and got my degree in broadcast production. It's a Bachelor's of Arts degree. The next question, relationships. I am in a relationship. I have been with my boyfriend Kevin for over 6 years. We have lived together for maybe 5 of those years. And yeah, he's great. He's my best friend. We do have a very interesting how we met story, which is kind of long, so maybe for another time. But yeah, that's the relationship I'm in, and we're going strong. We do not have plans on getting married. That is not for us. We also don't want to have kids because not for us either. So that's the relationship side of my life. What are some of your hobbies? So YouTube obviously is one of my hobbies. I decided to get back into filming since after I left school. I didn't really do anything with filming or television broadcasting. So this is a way for me to get back into editing and filming. So I'm really excited to start this YouTube journey. Another huge hobby of mine is cooking and baking. More so cooking, but I also enjoy baking occasionally as well. So another hobby of mine is being outdoors and being in nature. So activities such as fishing, hiking, camping. When I was younger, I used to hunt, but I don't do that anymore because of where I live now. But yeah, I just love being outside. So I love going for walks in nature. That's one of the reasons why I want to move out of the city, because I want to get back into being out in the outdoors and seeing wildlife outside of my window. So other than those 3, I do enjoy reading, but that is kind of like if I have time to read. Typically I listen to audiobooks, and I also really enjoy history and learning about history, specifically English history. I'm a big Anglophile, so that's also something that I enjoy as well. So what are your dislikes? So the biggest dislike that I have is sports. And when I say sports, I mean sports for entertainment. So the National Football League, NFL, hockey, baseball, soccer, basketball, that type of thing. Watching them for fun and having like a team that you like. I think sports are so boring. I could care less. So yeah, I'm not a fan of sports. I don't really like playing sports either. That's just not really my type of exercise. So I guess I really don't like playing them either. I did play some sports when I was younger, and it just wasn't for me. So yeah, sports are probably my major dislike. The second dislike would probably be politics, and that's like listening and talking about politics with other people, because I think that is kind of boring, and I feel like it's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like that leads to a lot of negativity and a lot of anger, and I just don't have good experiences trying to talk about my philosophy and points of view with other people, and them taking that well. So I definitely do not allow politic talk in my home. I try to avoid it. My boyfriend loves talking about politics, and every time he tries to talk to me about it, I just try to walk away and ignore it, because I just don't want to get into that type of conversation. The third dislike is country music. I can't get into it. Never have been into it. Don't think I ever will. I love all different types of music, but country music is just something that I can't get behind. So that would be my third. All right, so the next question is, what is the last book you read? And I don't remember off the top of my head, so let me go to my Goodreads profile. Okay, so the last book that I read was The Women of the Cousins' War, The Duchess, the Queen, and the King's Mother by Philippa Gregory, which was not that great. And I read a lot of books in January, so I kind of burned myself out, so I haven't really been reading too much. That's why I didn't remember what was the last book I read. So that was the last book I read, and I don't recommend it. Her fiction is all right, but her nonfiction I'm really not a fan of. Okay, so the next series of questions are all favorite based. So the first one is, what is your favorite color? I do not have a favorite color. Some people know this question automatically. I don't really have one. I would say that I gravitate towards certain colors for certain things. So when it comes to like interior design and wall color and things like that, I really like teal and turquoise and darker greens. I don't know why, but I always kind of like that look. So when it comes to clothes, I definitely use a specific color palette that I prefer because I know there's certain colors that don't really look good on me. So for clothing, I prefer olive green, like a mustard yellow or an ochre, and then kind of like that burnt orange color, and then black and white and navy is kind of like basic colors or neutrals, and then creams and tans. And then for some of my like at-home sweatpants, athleisure type clothing, I have like a mauve dusty rose color that I like. It seems to be popular in sweatpants and athleisure wear. That color just seems to be everywhere. So I do enjoy that color when it comes to like sweatpants and stuff. As far as like anything else, I don't know. I don't have a favorite color. I can tell you that I hate hot pink. I really can't get behind hot pink, especially with clothes. But yeah, that's where that stands for colors. Okay, so the next question is, what is your favorite TV show? And I don't have just one, I have a couple. So one of my all-time favorites is The Tudors. It came out a long time ago on, I believe, Showtime, and I've watched that over and over again. I absolutely love it. I'm a big Tudor history fan, buff, whatever you want to call it. So I enjoy watching anything with the Tudors in it. Another one of my favorite TV shows is Sex and the City. I've watched that over and over again as well. And another favorite of mine is The White Queen, which is based on the Philippa Gregory novels. So another favorite of mine is Vikings, that originally came out on History, and then I believe Netflix picked it up. That's another favorite of mine as well. Okay, so the next question is, what's your favorite movie? And the three favorites that I have loved since my childhood. So the first being Little Women with Winona Ryder. That's probably my all-time favorite movie. I absolutely love that movie. Another favorite of mine from childhood is The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I also love Hocus Pocus. So those are my top three favorites. Okay, what is your favorite Starbucks drink? So I used to work at Starbucks a long time ago after college. That was the first job that I got. So I have had many different drinks from Starbucks. But my favorite drink, and I have been making this for years, is it used to be called a double shot, but now it's called shaken espresso. But it is a shaken espresso with no classic and 2 pumps of white mocha. That is my favorite drink. So if you've never had it, I highly recommend it. It's called shaken espresso now. Used to be called double shot on ice. And what are some of your favorite YouTubers? So I recently got into YouTube. When the pandemic hit, that's really when I started watching YouTube. Until then, I really never watched anything at all. So one of my favorite YouTubers, and she's probably in like the top, she's probably like my favorite, and she's really one of the inspirations into why I decided to start a channel, is Rachel Maskey, and she does vintage style videos. I absolutely adore her. I think she's so funny, and I don't even sew, and I love watching her sewing videos. So I think that she's like a really great YouTuber. So yeah, she's definitely probably my number one. Another favorite of mine is Darling Desi. She makes aesthetic vlogs and seasonal videos. I really enjoy her content. A couple other vloggers that I really like watching are Rachel Vin. She makes productive, day in the life, work week in the life type videos. Another YouTuber that I like watching is Morgan Long. She does booktube and so living vlog type videos. And so there's like a couple other ones that I watch, but I don't watch them as frequently. I would say Rachel Maskey and Darling Desi, I watch pretty much every video they come out with, so those are definitely my top 2 favorites. And I'll link everybody's YouTube page down below that I mentioned, and maybe a couple more, so that way you can check them out as well. So the last question is, why should you subscribe to my channel? What is my channel going to be about? So in this channel, I don't really want to niche down too much. I want to keep my options open, and I really want to make content that I enjoy watching and content that I enjoy making. So some upcoming videos and plans that I have are to continue doing like the vlogs and the routines. I enjoy watching slow living videos, and I also enjoy watching productivity, week in the life, work day in the life type videos. So I would like to find some sort of middle ground there and kind of do those type of videos. I also like watching aesthetic videos, and I want to try my hand at that. So some like dark academia themed videos or cottagecore videos. Those are some things that I was thinking about doing. Additionally, I wanted to do some fashion related videos. So maybe, you know, styling a thrifted piece, or trying to recreate outfits from movies or television shows, or dark academia outfits, or vintage inspired, something like that. I want to get into that as well. And then another route that I'm looking to go towards as well is like seasonal themed videos and blogs. So something that I want to do within the month of March is doing a preparing for spring vlog, to just show you how I get my house ready and myself ready for spring. So that's gonna have some different recipes I want to try that are spring related, and like a spring bucket list. So that's something I want to do as well. And another type of video that I would like to do is maybe baking or cooking themes. So for example, like a literary themed cooking vlog, or a historical themed cooking vlog, or maybe movie or TV show themed cooking or baking vlogs. So something like that, because I do have a literary baking cookbook, and I recently got a Downton Abbey cookbook, so I kind of want to try things out of there, since cooking and baking and history is one of my passions as well. So I kind of want to try to incorporate all those together. So I have a lot of different ideas for this channel, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So if you enjoy vlogs or books or cooking or baking or seasonal type content, I highly recommend sticking around and subscribing to the channel, because that will definitely be coming in the future. All right, so that is all the questions in this Get to Know Me tag video. I hope this gave you a better insight on about me and who I am and what type of content I plan to share with you in the future. And if you do have any follow-up questions or any additional questions based on some of the things I talked about today, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to follow up with you. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.